and we are about to start the session. So I welcome you all to this second session of 8 day of this 2 week faculty development program, which is organized by Ballarpur Institute of Technology, Ballarpur, and which is sponsored by All India Council for Technical Education. As I mentioned, our honorable guest for today's session is Mr. Amol Pusadkar sir, and I would now like to introduce our honorable guest. Shri Amol Pusadkar sir holds a diploma in mechanical engineering and a BTech degree in mechanical engineering. He also holds a master's degree in business administration. He has around 23 years of experience of working at managerial designation with top companies like Tata Advanced System Limited, Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, Saint Gobain Abrasives Limited, KEC International, etc. Along with this vast experience as a production manager, special process manager, he has also more than 20 years of experience in training and development of employees who work in the corporate. In MNCs, he is known to resolve the complex issues, both technical as well as functional and process-oriented issues. He has also been an invited guest in national level panel discussions on various TV channels like Z News, ABP News, ABP Maza, TV9 Marathi, Z 24 Tas, and Akashvani Nagpur Kendra. Today, he is with us as an expert guest to deliver a session on ethics, as you can already see on the screen, ethics and character building from industrial perspective. So Pusadkar sir, it is a matter of pride for us to have you as an expert guest for today's session. Now I will request you to please start the session.
Thank you, sir. So it's also a matter of great pride for me also to you have invited me to put some thoughts on ethics and character building from industrial perspective in front of all the knowledgeable faculty members. So thank you very much for this session. Today's session is about the ethics and character building from industrial perspective, and as we all know that ethics is nothing but the code of conduct or the nature or behavior expected from a person in the institution or in the industry or in the society, wherever he is present there. So this is called as ethics. But I am here to introduce all the aspects which are related with the industry, and that is called as ethics. So why I am here to produce all those thoughts in front of you, it is important because we faculty members are the people who are shaping our students, and we are having the span of 4 years with us. So if we are aware about what is ethical in perspective of industry, then we can tell them, we can teach them, we can make them aware that how to behave, what to do and what not to do. So this is the main intention of this program or of this session, because if you supply the people who are very much aware about the industrial practices, then what happens, they will not make any mistakes, and they can easily get very familiar with the industrial atmosphere, and it will be helpful for them in the period of their GET, graduate engineer training period or training period, and they can get familiar with the industrial atmosphere, and they can start growing in very less time. So this is the intention of this session. Ethics and character, both the words are very much familiar to all, because we are living the society, and we all are ethical people. But in the perspective of industry, what is that? So this is the main motive of today's session. But before starting it with industry, as we know that ethics are nothing but the code of conduct or the way of behaving in society, industry or institution or in any organization. And as in India is a very ancient country. So our country is very much well known for its ethical practices, and ethical practices not only in business, not only in sports, not only in education, not only in any type of financial transaction, but also in all respect of the life. We must be ethical because our whole society, our whole day-to-day life, the whole system runs on the only belief of ethics that I am ethical and the next person must be also ethical. And in ancient times also, as we know that the wars also, they were also ethical. In Mahabharata also we heard lot many stories that after the sunset, nobody can attack on any other rival soldier. So this was the practices that everybody should be in the form of ethics, and it is very much important for the society, organization, institution, and industry also. If I am a student, I must be ethical. If I am not, it will definitely harm my career in the future. I am a student. I must be ethical in my studies. I must be ethical in producing my papers in the exam. I must be ethical in competition also. So if I am a student, so it is related with all. If I am a businessman, I must run my business with ethical and values, ethics and values. If I am a teacher, I must teach with ethics. If I am a service person, then I must serve my industry with the moral and ethical values. So this is about the society, organization, institution. But now we must. Now I want to collect your concentration on the industry, because what is industry? Industry is nothing but a business which which is run for making profit. So industry is for profit making, and if a business is run, drive or driven only with the aim of profit making, then it is assumed that all the people who are working there, they may be senior management, they may be middle management, they may be lower management, all should work in a systematic manner, and they all work in discipline, and they must work in with the help of ethical practices. And what are these ethical practices? Every organization, it may be Mahindra, it may be Tata, it may be Godrej, it may be any big organization, all the organizations are ethical and they are driven with the help of ethical practices stated in their vision and mission. So these two words are also important, because Mahindra tells in their vision and mission that we don't want to be a next Toyota. What we want to be? We want to be a company who is helping their customers for their improvement in fatigue and life of the in their work life. So Mahindra, they don't want to earn more profit and more profit, but they want to earn profit, but with the help of their vision, mission, and it is based on ethics. So this is about industry, and working in disciplined manner is necessary in industry because whole system work with all members of the system. They work with some sort of discipline, and when whole the system runs with discipline, with the same type of practices, then and then only the industry can grow, it can reach to the top of the success. And that's why this is the common motive of the top management, middle management, and lower management. So this is about the ethics and character building irrespective of the company. So the next question is why it is important. So why it is important? I already stated that all the people working in the company, they all are working in one system, and the system only can run with the help of discipline, with the help of ethical practices stated in their vision and mission of the company. And every company is known for their practices, not for their product, but first for their practices, and after that they are known for their product. But because if the company is not following very good practices and their product is maybe of a very quality product, they are quality product, they are producing very good quality product, but after some time they can be held in some unethical manner, and so that their brand value may go down, and the company in future can earn lot of disrespect in the market. And this is about the importance of the ethics and character building from industrial perspective. Example of ethical behavior. We can take some example of ethical behavior and unethical behavior. So what is ethical behavior in respect of company? I can tell you a lot of examples. If I am an engineer or if I am a person working in production, while working in production, I have customer requirement. What is the upper limit of the quality approved by the customer? What is the lower limit of the quality parameters approved by the customer? If I am a production engineer or assistant manager or a guy working in production, then it is my prime responsibility that I must assure that the product developed or produced by my department should meet with the customer requirement. And if for the sake of number game, for the sake of producing more number, and for achieving the target, for praising my boss, if I make some compromise with the quality, and if I pass, if I scan the barcode, if I move the product in the system and handed it to the next department, then what happens? The next department will take it for the sake of dispatch. But when the product, when it will reach to the customer, and when the customer will inspect it as per his specification, then that time he will find the defect and he will produce a CVL, a customer remark, customer complaint to the company. And whenever the company receive the complaint, they will investigate it, and the work done by me, because for the sake of achieving the number, achieving the target, or praising my boss, only for that it will come into arrest, and it will harm it will harmful for my career, and that's why I cannot follow such type of thing. If I am a quality person, and my duty is to inspect the part very carefully and according to the customer standard given by the customer. But the production person, if he is my very good friend, or if he is my roommate, and he asked me that I will give you a party, please pass this material, we will see, we will if required we will do the rework next time, tomorrow. And if I sign the material, if I pass the material, and if the material goes for dispatch, and again it will go to the customer, then it will bounce back in terms of a customer complaint, and then what happens? It will react with me very badly. So if I'm a production person, I must follow the ethical practices required. If in the night shift, because of rainy season or whatever may be the problem, but if in the night shift people must come, they are in the less quantity, and I feel that if the people, or if the presentee is not as per the standard, then my production will get hampered. And what will happen? If my production will get hampered, my boss will screw me. Then that time what happens if I am a unethical person? I can do lot of adjustment. I can ask somebody to continue the night shift. I can many a times it can be a procedure in it can be a fact that in Holi or in Diwali or in some festive season there is a huge absenteeism, and for some time for a person who comes in first shift he can carry on to the next shift, and if there is a lot of absent in the night shift, I can ask the person to continue the night also. There are the cases of continuing three shifts. So this is not good. As per law, this is not acceptable. As per company practices, this is not acceptable. Company can even be ready for the production loss, but company cannot adjust such type of things. So this is an unethical behavior. Passing the material, this is an unethical behavior. Signing the material which is not acquired to the customer requirement as a quality person, it is also unethical behavior. And if I am a supply chain guy, if I am working in supply chain and my duty is to bring material with the required specification given by the customer, and for the sake of some bribe, for the sake of some money, or for any interest, vested interest, if I am doing some things in the company, and if I am asking some other vendor to supply the material which is not so as per the quality standard, but because of some my vested interest, if I am doing the practices, these are all called as the examples of the unethical behavior. And the ethical behavior means the exact opposite of this. Means what? If I am a production person, I will not hand over to the next department the defective parts. I will not continue any person for continuous for the 24 hours. I will not ask any my relative or any friend to come and join the factory by taking some money from them. So these are the unethical and ethical. This is very clear, and we can discuss in with a lot of examples. We can discuss is all the things, but it is all related with the company or industry. But according to these two slides, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, so it is not there is no any hard thing in this or difficult for understanding. So, what is industrial perspective? So we have a lot of big houses like Tata, Mahindra, Godrej, and all these big houses of industry. So we must understand their views, their ethical views, or their perspective, and we can understand the perspective of the industry by knowing the values or by knowing the views of Tata and Mahindra also. So Tata's core values. What are the Tata's core values? Tata's first value, which are very much similar to Tata, Mahindra, and other organization. That first thing is respect for others. First thing is respect for others, and which is similar to all big organizations. That you must respect all, being a manager, being a worker, being an engineer, being an assistant engineer or deputy manager or assistant manager, if you are working in the team, you must follow all the rules and regulations of the team. You must respect your subordinates and you must respect your bosses. But while doing all the things, there are a lot of people who are from the contractors. They are also working. They can be welders, fitters, plumbers, or whatever. Lot of people are housekeeping people. Lot of people are working in the company. But in company, you can find that the atmosphere in the country, in the company is so good that all the people are earning equal respect from others. So this is respect for all. This is very important. And what is disrespect or what is unethical thing in this? That as per the power or as per your position, you can use your position to disrespect others. So this is not acceptable at all in the industry or in the company. So this is the main thing. You can fight, there may be a point of quarrel between you and other people, but while doing all those things, you cannot cross your limits. There are some limits of behavior and you have to follow the limits. There may be a misunderstanding, there may be a lot of difference of opinion between you and others, but while putting your points, you must follow all the rules and regulations, and while putting or accepting others' views also, you must be enough cautious because you are working in the company. Tata's core values are integrity. So, what is integrity? There may be, we must heard the word national integrity. National integrity, all the people who are working against the national integrity. What we call them a, as the people who are working against national integrity. People or the our Constitution of India always allow them to pick up and put them into prison. So integrity is very important because we are running a country of 130 or 130 crore plus. So in this case, by the virtue of religion, caste, language, or with the by the virtue of any differences, we all peoples are Indian and we must respect our constitution. In the same way, the people working in Tata all are expected to work according to the code of conduct of Tata. And what is the first thing? That is called as integrity. What happens when I was working there? There was a moment where the painters were on strike and they were asking for the rise in their wages and their salaries. But all the people were are from contractors. They were not the permanent workers. And that time what happens, they are having some connection with the engineers working in the department also. So the engineer is not also having lot much experience. He told them that if you didn't come for 2 or 3 days, all our work will get stopped, and the management will get ready for the salary or the wages hike. And the people were ready. So this conversation got recorded by the HR, and that engineer was punished a lot. So this why he is punished? Why he was punished? He was punished because his behavior was against the integrity of the company. So integrity of the company is very important, and Tata is known for that. Second thing is responsibility. Many a times I stated that what is the difference between a general manager and a worker? And the answer is only the sense of responsibility. And this sense of responsibility is very important in the company. If a person who passed his BE and he joined the company as a bachelor or graduate engineer trainee, and while working in the second shift, I am responsible for the production of the shift. But if the night shift person, night shift my reliever, if he not came, then what? Then that time it is my responsibility to stay for the night shift and to run the production in the night shift. I must inform my bosses. But because of some reason, I handed over the work to the workers, and if I, after taking my bike, if I went home without keeping any supervisor there, so it is a crime. So this is a matter of responsibility. I am responsible for lot many things. I am responsible for production. I am responsible for the quality products. I am responsible for the cost. In less cost, lesser and lesser cost, I have to produce the parts. So I am responsible for the delivery of the material to the next department and dispatches also. And I am also responsible for the safe working in the department, and I am also responsible for the high moral of my workforce. So these are my deliverables and I have to deliver it. But failing in delivering any of these, it will be a crime for my side. So in Tata, responsibility is very, very important, and this is called as their core values. Third thing is excellence. And what is excellence? Tata is known for excellence. They has to do their job or their work as per the company standard and as per the company customer requirement. They want to work above the customer requirement, more and more better and best requirement than the requirement. So Tata is well known for their excellence. And if I am a person who got employed in Tata, I must follow the core values of Tata. There should not be any single chance of making some adjustment with the quality or with the design of the product or whatever the requirements or parameters or specification expected from the customer. There is not a single chance from myself to make any of the deviation with the expected things, and this is called as excellence. Tata is well known for their pioneering. Pioneering means starting of new things. Tata started lot many things, and they were the first who started airlines also in India. So Tata is well known for pioneering, and for pioneering they are doing lot of investment. They are doing lot many starting new projects. They are doing lot many times with the foreign multinationals also. So they are doing lot of things, and they are also pioneer in the social service also. In this pandemic also, Tata was the first person who devoted or he has given 1500 crore rupees to the government of India to fight in this pandemic. So Tata is well known for their pioneering, and again one more point is unity. Tata is core value of Tata is unity. Anything which is harmful for unity, it is not at all expected by Tata and accepted by Tata also. So unity and all our deeds and all our action must be in the direction of keeping all the people unite. So this is about the ethics and this is industrial perspective. So this is about the Tata's code of conduct, Tata's core values, and code of conduct is based on the core values. All the actions in our day-to-day life, it is covered in the code of conduct. But this code of conduct is based on Tata's core values, and same thing is Mahindra's core value. And what are the Mahindra's core value? That is called as professionalism. Do everything in a professional manner. Myself and you, if we both are friends and we are working in the same department, but you are a quality person, I am a production person. If you want something for the sake of customer, you should behave with me as a professional person, and I should also answer you as a professional person, and this is called as professionalism. Professional in all respect, behaving with your stakeholders, behaving with your suppliers, with your vendors, with your customers, with your employees, with your top management, with your middle, with your senior management, with all. So behaving with professionalism is very important in Mahindra. Good corporate citizenship. Like Indian citizenship, we are responsible for good corporate citizenship. Like Indian citizen, if I want to be a very good Indian citizen, for that, what I have to do? I have to pay my income tax regularly. I have to stop my vehicle on the traffic signal. I have to follow all the rules and regulations set by the government. So, being for a good corporate citizenship, I also have to pay my all taxes. I also have to pay my all EMIs. I also have to follow all the statutory requirements stated by the state government and the central government also. I have also to keep very healthy competition among my other players or my competitors, and I have to keep very good harmony in my employees and all the people who are my stakeholders. So this is called as good corporate citizenship. Customer first. Mahindra is well known for customer first. What is customer first? There are 3 points. First, every time right. First time right. Second thing is every time right. And third thing is delightful customer experience. What is first time right? If I am a fitter, my job is to tight the brake pedal to the tractor. But while assembling the brake pedal, if I have made some mistake, and after that, when the whole vehicle get assembled, when the whole tractor get assembled, after that, if the quality person found that this brake pedal is position is not good, it is not fitted properly, or the torque which I have to produce on the brake pedal, it is not according to the requirement from the customer. Then that time there may be a rework, there may be a rejection, there may be a delay in the dispatch. That's why it is my prime responsibility that first time right. What I will do all my work first time right. If I am solving a problem, it is being a student, it is my responsibility that I should solve it first time right. What is every time right? I am being an assembler. If I am working on some stage of hydraulic oil filling, that time I have to fill the hydraulic oil according to the requirement stated in my SOP or my technical data sheet. It cannot be less than the requirement, it cannot be more than the requirement. So, being a person working on the line, if I am a painter, I have to paint all the body. There should not be any uncovered points in the whole body of the vehicle. And if it get arrested after the painting of the vehicle, after the assembly of the vehicle, then what it will be a problem. But every time right, why it is important? It is important because if I made a century in one match and after that there is no century in 100 matches, then people will not remember you being a sports person. If I am an assembler, I am a fitter, I am a welder, being a person working on the line, I work very good. I work that job 100% correct for once. And in whole the months, it is not the case that I did the job 100% correct. This is not acceptable in company. The second thing is every time right. I must be first time right. I must be every time right. If I am a person who want to jump, then first time right means I have to jump for 7 meters. First time. Every time read right means I can jump for 7 meter for next 100 time also, because I am a person with perfection. So this is called as every time right. And the third thing is first time right, second time, every time right. And the third thing is delightful customer experience. And what is delightful customer experience? Delightful customer experience means the customer must feel the fragrance or the essence of quality at the time of using the product. And when he will get that experience, he will get that experience whenever all the members working in our system, they work in very disciplined and ethical manner. Then and only then we can supply a very good product to the customer. So this is about the customer first. This is customer first philosophy of Mahindra. Quality focus. We must focus on the quality, because customer is paying for quality, not for the product, but for the fitness for which it is designed. And that's why customer will use the product for a long, for a years together. That's why we must produce the product with the excellent quality. And that's why Mahindra's core values are focusing on the quality, and it is called as quality focus. If I am an aerospace company, if I am supplying aerospace parts to Airbus or to Boeing, then that time if I supplied them some defected pieces, defected part, then what happens? It will be a threat to the life of the 300, 350 people sitting in the aeroplane, traveling in the aeroplane. And same is the case with the train, bus, or any vehicle. That's why, if a lot many times you might have read lot of such type of experiences that somebody is running his car and suddenly the car got fire. What is the case? Or sometimes steering got jammed, and there was an accident. So this type of experience will harm the brand value of the company. That's why such type of things are not accepted. We must focus on quality first, quality focus. Dignity of the individual. We must respect each and every person working in the company. He may be manager, he may be engineer, or he may be a housekeeping person also. But we must keep all the respect of all, and this is our prime responsibility. So, if you have any questions or your opinion or your some experience, you can state, you can share with me also. Now, it is not expected that only questions and answer there may be, but you can share your other views also. So, why it is important? Again, the question is why. In industry, 4W and 1H means what, when, where. These all whys are important. So, why it is important? So, it is important because it enhances the brand value. What is brand value? So, this is also important. Ethical practices are important because it enhances the brand value. And what do you mean by brand value? Brand means, what is brand? What is brand? Brand means you might have heard जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी के बाद भी. So whenever anything we heard about this statement, we immediately can tell LIC. If we heard the sentence that चलो कुछ मीठा हो जाए, When we heard this statement, we immediately remember dairy milk chocolate. If we heard the sentence that kitna deti hai, that time we will come to know that this is the slogan of Maruti Suzuki. So brand value, brand, what is brand? People can acknowledge the product, can acknowledge the company with their brand value. And brand value can get created with the efforts of thousands of people for thousands of hours for years together and very good ethical practices. So ethics are important because companies are known because of their practices, and because of their practices their employee can they can impart the values in their employees, and such type of employees can yield very good product, very good practices, and they can comply with the government, they can comply with the customer also. So this is the case. Safe and free atmosphere for employees. Why why it is important? Because ethical practices can provide safe and free atmosphere for employees. What is safe and free atmosphere? Safe means safe and free atmosphere means where the practices are, there will be no unsafe practices in the company. Company is not violating any statutory requirements of the government. They are not following at all the unsafe practices in their company, and that's why this is about the safe atmosphere. And what is free atmosphere? Atmosphere where a person is allowed to work with its full extent. He is allowed to put his all efforts to achieve the target, and that's why the free atmosphere is important. And safe atmosphere, if you ask some person to climb on the wall, to climb on the wall 10 feet, 20 feet, or 15 feet, or 12 feet, and if you ask to work there for something, but if a person working on the wall, if he is a fear of falling down, then he cannot work according to his skill and according to full extent what is expected from his job. That's why ethical practices can provide free and safe atmosphere for the employees, and employees can yield a better results of with their efforts. Encourage the stakeholders to work with company. Encourage the stakeholders to work with company. Example suppliers, example vendors, and example employees, all other things who are supporting the company to achieve their goals, to achieve their products. So people are very good, and people are very feel very safe in such type of atmosphere, and it can be achieved with the help of ethical practices only. How to develop it in students? So this is the important thing. How to develop it in students? Give them assignments related with the company code of conduct. So give them assignment related with the company code of conduct. What is company code of conduct? What are its examples? So I can state you one example. For example, if my company is going to start some new product, we people are working on the new product. But I know one person who is familiar to me, and if he asks me that what is going in your company, and I, according to my habit, if I inform him about all the technicalities of the product, and if he being a familiar person to you, if he asks you that I can supply such type of raw material or aluminum or whatever titanium or this type of material you are using for that product, so I can supply you that material. That time, if I told him what is the actual rate of the product required to the company, and the specification of the product. Then at the time of tendering, he can win the tender, but this is not the ethical practice. That's why the company cannot allow such type of practices. So we can ask the student to solve, we can give them the case studies and we can ask them to solve such type of things. So this is about the case studies and assignments, and you can ask them to solve the question papers also. And you can make simple questions. Is it an ethical practice? Taking bribe, is it ethical? No. You can ask them. Punching late, is it ethical? No. So all the things related with the company, its canteen, its punching, its parking, all the type of activities going on inside the company, whether it is of production or away or out of from the production, one should be in the ethical format. So this is about the ethics, and now we are moving to the character building. But if you have any questions, you can ask me about the ethics and things related with the company.
Sir, there is a query, and the query is, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, there is a query, and the query is, we have always been this topic, ethics and character building, has always been really important to ensure and build or mold better future of students. However, the actual challenge comes in picture when we start working on these things, because you see, right now you mentioned that in companies, right from parking your vehicle, there are rules for everything. My question to you is, how can we ensure that similar type of things are in place in the colleges also? Like, what can be done to ensure that the students are ethical in practice, and they are more disciplined and organized in the colleges as well? What can be done for
Yes,
that?
three things we have to do. First thing is, if I am explaining all the things about the company, what are the practices required in the company? When I am entering in the company, when I am parking my vehicle, when I am punching at the time of entering in the canteen, at the time of working in the my shop floor or working in my department, how I have to work. So that's why, for example, I stated the core values for Tata. I stated the core values of Mahindra. But integrity, I given the example of integrity for Tata. But integrity is also important for the college. If somebody is not working according to that, then it is a harm for the management or for the college. If my college is planning some activities for better placement of the students, and if I leak the information to other colleges who are the competitors of ours, then what happens? It can not achieve the exact result what my college wants to achieve. But if I leak the information to some other college, we are doing such type of practices. For better results, we are doing these practices. So leaking of information and giving information to others. So these activities are unethical. So we can explain by giving them some assignment. We can explain these things by giving them some case studies that this person is doing. For example, our college is a very prestigious college, and we are giving admission to the students according to the merit list. But if somebody is asking some money to the other students, that I can give you admission in this college. So what is this? Is it ethical or unethical? So student can reply that it is ethical. So such type of assignments, such type of question papers, such type of case studies can produce awareness among the students that working in the industry, it is very important that I must work with ethical practices. If I am found working unethically, I can lose my job, and because of that, I have to make practice in my first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. And for this sake, our being, though it is not a part of our curriculum, but as we have selected this topic, it is very, very important because in absence of this characteristic, that guy or that student cannot survive in the industry. He cannot make progress in his industrial career. That's why we must give to impart these qualities among the students. We must give them assignments, case studies, and other some question papers also on such type of ethical and unethical things, do's and don'ts. So ethics are very, very important in the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. You might have heard a lot of things when his soldiers arrested the wife of some Subedar of Kalyan who was Muslim. That time, Shivaji Maharaj ordered his soldiers that it is not a part of our job. There is no requirement of arresting the wives of the soldiers. So we are fighting with the enemy, but not with their wives and with their kids or children. So what is this? This is the ethical practices in the war also. India has arrested 90,000 soldiers of Pakistan in the 1971 war. But that time also, we have given them food, water, and other provisions, and after that, we all relieved all the people to their country according to the Geneva Agreement. So, what is this? Following the Geneva Agreement is the ethical practices are the ethical practices by India. Many a times, Pakistan he shelled, he started shelling and on the villages or in the residential area. What is this? This is against the law. So these are the unethical practices. So in Mahabharata also you might have heard the story of Abhimanyu. But in that time also people must follow the ethical practices. But in case of Abhimanyu, Duryodhan, Dushasan and Karna and other people, they all collectively attack on a single person and who is not having anything in his hand for to fight with others. That time what that occasion in that occasion the practices followed by the Kauravas, they are the unethical practices. So because of that only practice, after a long period, thousands of years also, we can memorize the death or of Abhimanyu as a result of unethical practices followed by the Kauravas. So Telgi, a person who had made a misconduct in the selling of stamp papers. So still after 20 or 30 years also, we can memorize the name of Telgi because of his bad conduct and bad unethical practices. So unethical or ethical, these practices, unethical practices are not allowed in any industry, and especially industries are well known for profit making, or the people must work in some system and some disciplined manner. That's why all the practices in industry must be ethical practices and they must be in the light of their vision and mission. So I think that this is all very much easy to understand for all of you. So ethics and character building from industrial perspective. What is character building? So character building, you might have heard this word. In the ancient time, there was a king whose name was Prahlad, and that time he was in the race to achieve or acquire the position of Indra. But that time Indra was very frightened about the characters of Prahlad, and that's why to derate or to some make some black spot in his character, what he did, he came to Prahlad in some different by wearing some different clothes, and he came to Prahlad and he asked for some help for him from him. That time Prahlad asked him that, sir, what do you want? So he asked that, I need your character. So Prahlad was a very well-known king. So he asked that, yes, okay, I have given you my character. When he uttered this word, that time a female figure came out from his body, and she praised him, and after that she started to leave him. That time the Prahlad asked her that, who are you and why you are leaving me? That time she told Prahlad that, I am your shield. As and Chinese character, I am your shield. You have given me to Indra. I am leaving your body and entering in the body of Indra. After that, after a moment, again female figure came out from the body of Prahlad, and he also praised him, and Prahlad again asked him that, who are you and why you are leaving me? That time she told that, I am Lakshmi. I am always with character. So if you have given your character to Indra, that's why I am character left you and I am also leaving you. After a period of time, again a female figure came out from the body of Prahlad, and that time Prahlad asked her that, who are you and why you are leaving me? That time she told that, I am your courage. I am always with the Lakshmi, and I am always with the shield of character. So after that, Prahlad was dropped down from the race. Prahlad was dropped down from the race of Indra, and Indra was on his position. So what this story, all the stories are for giving us some message. And what is the message? That character building is very, very important. And here we are here to discuss the character building in terms of the industrial perspective. And what is character building? Story of importance of character. So this was the story, and what is the role of it in industry? So industry it is very, very important, because you are well known because of your character. If I am a production person, if I am working in production, but I have to deliver it to the dispatch department, I have to handle the quality department, I have to take my consumable from the stores department, I have to give my requirement to the supply chain department, I have to do a lot of work with the production planning and control department. I have to do a lot of work with the HR department. So all these departments are working with me, and we all are working with as a unit. And after that, we can achieve the target what we are for what we are there. But at that time, I am doing my all the work with in good relation with others, and relationship can be done or can get produced because of only my character, and I am only well known because of my character. I can get or receive lot of feedbacks from others because of my character. So this is very, very important. So why it is important? It creates your image in the company. It creates your image in the company. How, what sort of person you are. It can create image for you, and that's why it is important. It is your branding. So your character can brand your image. Character is a branding. Character means the very good things in your personality. So the very good things can always get memorized by others. when they talk about you, when they see you, that time they can memorize your good things, what we call it as character, can give you good hike in salary. A very good character person who is a workaholic person, he is a hard worker person, smart worker person, a person with result orientedness, a person with lot of things, a person with flexibility, a person with ability to go beyond the job. Such type of person can get respect and earn respect from others also. What is industrial perspective? What is my role in company? This is very, very important. For character building or for ethical practices also, I must know my role in the company. What management expects from myself. What management expects from myself. These two things are very, very important. So, being a production person, I must know my role. I am responsible for achieving the plan versus actual. If I have to paint 2000 pieces in my shift, I am responsible to paint 2000 pieces. But with what quality? There should not be any quality compromise. So I am responsible for the quality product, quality painting. I am responsible to use in. I have to paint in a stated paint. Means I have to follow the transfer efficiency while painting the product. And what is transfer efficiency? Transfer efficiency is nothing but how much paint I am supplying to the body, which is to be get painted, and in that paint, how much body square meter is getting painted. So, what is my aim? My first aim is I have to paint 2000 pieces. My second aim is I have to paint with no painting defects. There will not be any rundown defect. There will not be any uncover. There will not be any such type of painting defects. And third thing is I have to paint the body in the given paint, not excessive of that because paint is a costly material. I have to deliver that all material to the next department in the stipulated time. I have to keep my workplace safe and I have to keep the moral of the people in very good condition. So, this is my role in the company and what management expects from me that I am responsible for this much of deliverables. I have to deliver all the things to others, other departments. How to develop it in students? So this is very, very important. Character building in all respect we have to develop in the students. So same thing is give them assignment related with the company code of conduct. What is company code of conduct? How I have to behave in the company and give them case studies about the code of conduct of the company and give them question papers about the code of conduct. Positive effects of ethical practices. Good image, my image will be good because of the ethical practices and according to me I can people will I can get well known because of that. Can adopt good practices, management can see you in bigger role because of my good practices. I can be in the good book of the management. That's why if I follow very good practices, all other people can talk about me that I am a person with very good management practices. So that's why ethical practices and good character is important and it can help me to get progress in my role. Character building is a career building. So before going that, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Character building is career building. So it is having long-term benefit. Long-term benefit means if I employed in some company as a graduate engineer training after passing my B. Then that time I have to work there for minimum 2 3 years to understand all the practices of the industry and to get the knowledge about the product. So if I am a person with very good ethical practices and all the practices are getting imparted in my body, in my personality, then all the other things they can help me for a long period. And after that, it helps me in job rotation. So how an industry person can get better and better job in other companies? Many a times a senior person, senior management, senior engineer, DGM, all these people when they rotate from one company to another, that time they can call the people from their old company to their company on some very good salary rise and at some higher position. So this is the case about job rotation. So character, very good character person can be known because of his character, and it can help in job rotation also. Helps in interview. Helps in interview. How it helps in interview? In my lecture on the interview techniques, I always stated that interview is not a one-day international match or it is not an accident. For interview, there are 4 years, first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. You have to prepare yourself for the 4 years. You have a period of 4 years, you have a span of 4 years. So you have to prepare yourself for the 4 years for the sake of interview. Ease of working. Character building is career building, and when you are a very good person with good ethical practices and very good character, so that time other people can help you in doing your job, in getting your targets done. So this is called as a character. That's why it is called as character building. Is called as career building. So if you have any questions from the start, we can give some answers of the questions. So we can summarize this session in the way that what is ethics? So the answer is it is code of conduct. And what is code of conduct? It is called as the way of behaving in industry, in institution, and in society also. And industries are for making profits. That's why they need people with very good discipline. And how a person can get disciplined attitude or disciplined personality if your practices are good and if you are practicing the practices for a long period, then and then only you can have a very good character. So ethics and character both are important to be a successful person. So this is about this slide. If you have any questions about this, you can ask. Second thing, what I explained to you that why it is important. Because it is important because it can affect on your job, it can affect on your salary, it can affect on your rating, it can affect on your growth. That's why it is important. And what are the examples of ethical behavior while doing in one day? When I was in Mahindra and Mahindra, 60 people from one college came to visit our company, and that time they called me that sir, we have 60 people students with us. So when we started the company round of these people, that time what happens? That time, after visiting the hydraulics, and after that the engine department, after that the transmission department, after that the tractor, after that the PTCD, after visiting all the department, there was around 2 o'clock, and the people are very tired. All the students very tired, all the boys and girls very tired, and they are very hungry. So that time, what happens? The lecturer or the faculty asked me that, sir, is there any provision of lunch in your factory? Because they saw the canteen. So I told them that, sir, we have a canteen, but I must take permission for the 60 people. And what I went to HR and admin, and I asked them that, please give a permission for these 60 students for lunch, because now it is 2 o'clock and the people are from outside of Nagpur, so we must give some permission for these people. So after that, they have given me the permission, and I informed to the canteen. And after that, all the people took their food. So in this way, we can create some good practices there with our behavior. In the case of unethical behavior, what happens when I was in one company? What happens? A worker who was working there in the second shift, one supervisor feel that somebody is wandering in the dark. So at 1 o'clock, he chased that person, and he feel that the person is running, and after that, the person threw some thing which was in his hand out of the company, out of the parapet wall of the company. That time, the supervisor informed the security, and security arrested the person. But and when they went outside the company, they found some nozzles of the engine, and in this way, they arrested the person. So what it indicates, it is a example of unethical behavior of the person who is working as a permanent employee in the company. So in company, such type of behaviors are not expected. We can we all the employees can get tea and biscuits and other snacks in the company also, but many a times people found on the gate that they are putting some biscuits in their pocket, and they are going home. In such type of cases, it is not acceptable from the company point of view that you cannot take anything from the company outside the company. So this is the example of the unethical behavior. You cannot take chocolate or biscuit for your family from the company. So this is the example of unethical behavior. Next thing is, I stated all the discuss the things about the core values, and core values are nothing but, in the light of core values, or every company can frame the code of conduct, code of conduct for their company. And what is code of conduct? Every behavior of the employee, every behavior of the employee working in the company, so it is called as code of conduct. So code of conduct is framed in the light of core values. And what are the core values? Every big houses like Mahindra, Tata, Godrej, every big houses, they are having the core values in their company. And what is Mahindra's first core value? That is called as professionalism. We have to work professionally. There may be difference of opinion while working in the company, but we are framed outside the company. But inside the company, we must quarrel, or we must be friendly according to the values, or according to the professional things. Second thing is good corporate citizenship. I already stated citizen of India. And good citizen of India means a person who is following all the rules and regulations and all the duties given to him by the Constitution of India. So, good corporate citizenship means we, the people working in Mahindra or Tata, are responsible for good citizen, good corporate citizenship. Being a corporate company, it is our moral responsibility to follow all the statutory requirements stated by the state government and central government and the NPCB, Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. So we are responsible for good corporate citizenship. Customer first. I stated lot of things for customer first and quality focus. Customer first means first time right, every time right, and delightful customer experience. And what is quality focus? Quality focus means we must do all the actions for the sake of quality desired by the customer, because customer is paying not for the product but for the quality product, and we are here to produce quality products. Dignity of the individual. We all are responsible to keep the dignity of the individual very good condition. We cannot harm any person's dignity because of any reason in the company. So this is about the Mahindra's core values. Again, why it is important? It enhances the brand value, safe and free atmosphere for employees, encourage the stakeholders to work with company, and encourage the stakeholders to work with company. Example for that, if I am a supplier, if I want to supply some nozzles or a spark plug to some company, automobile company, but if I feel that the purchase manager is taking some favorite things from my side, or he is taking some bribe, then I will not be happy to work such type of purchase manager. If I am a supplier, if I am supplying some things but the company is taking lot much time to pass my bills, then I will not be happy to work such type of company. So this is the examples of the stakeholders who are working with the company. How to develop it in students? Give them assignments. I have stated 3 points. Give them assignment, give them case study, give them question paper. Case study, a lot of case studies are there for the code of conduct. You can ask them for one case that how will you be in such type of condition. If a person if a person curse you inside the premises, then what you will do? A young student can ask that I will beat him, but it is not expected, it is not allowed inside the company. If anybody curse you, then you have to report to the HR or admin department, not beating or fighting with him. So these are the case studies. Because of that, you can make them aware about the company's atmosphere. In one company, when two people started fighting there, but the supervisor saw what was going on there, but he has not reacted with them. And after next day, one person from both person came to the house of supervisor and asked said him sorry and asked him to close the matter. In that case, the person asked also told that he had talked with the HR department and the matter is closed. But the very next day, when the HR called him, that what was the case, why, what is the reason of the quarrel, what actually the person did. That time, the supervisor stated that there was no quarrel inside the factory. So that immediately the HR suspended him for 3 days. So this is the action taken by the HR for the employee. So this is not acceptable inside the company. So if you have any questions about this, you can ask me. Before this is about the ethics. So if you have any questions, you can ask me about the character building. Okay, we can take the questions at the end. So in character building, I have stated a lot of things to you that character is nothing but it is the characteristics in your personality, and you can get well known from the formed because of your characteristics. And story, it is very very important to make your career inside the company. It creates your image in the company. It is your branding, and it can give you good hike in the salary also. So in this case, character is very very important. And what is industrial perspective, what is my role, I already stated all these things. What management expects from myself, so this is very important things. And characteristics are important. And what are the characteristics? First thing is flexibility, second thing is hard work, third thing is smart work, fourth thing is ability to go beyond the job, fifth thing is result orientedness, sixth thing is timekeeping, seventh thing is networking, eighth thing is feedback mechanism. So all these things can build your character, inside the company. So these things are important for being an employee. How to develop it in the students? You can ask the student to solve a question paper. You can give them a case study, and you can give them assignments also. Positive effects of ethical practices: it can create good image inside the company, can adopt good practices, and management can see you in bigger role, and it can help you inside the company. Character has a long-term benefits. They can help you for a long. It can create your good image. And long-term benefits are helps in job rotation, helps in interview, ease of working. So these are about the character building and ethics in case of industry. And why this topic is important? This topic is very very important to all of you, because you are the people who are shaping the minds and career of the students. And that's why you make them aware about what is do's and don'ts inside the company. And that's why this topic is there in today's session, and it is very very important. I hope that you all understand it. And if you have any question, then all the questions are welcome. Otherwise it is okay from my side. And thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
In case if anybody has any questions, you can always unmute yourself and ask your queries directly to the resource person. Well, I suppose, sir, that there are no queries. So, on
Okay.
behalf of organizing committee of this faculty development program and on behalf of Ballarpur Institute of Technology, Ballarpur, I extend our gratitude and many many thanks to you for conducting a session on this topic. This topic was really considered important from the point of view of from the point of view of this 2 week All India Council for Technical Education sponsored faculty development program. And we had really very few people who would from the industry who would agree to to talk about character building from the perspective of industry. So thank you very much for agreeing to our request, and thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedule. So having said that, I declare that today's session is concluded, and we will all meet tomorrow at our regular timing. However, you need to check the schedule. We will meet tomorrow at 2 p.m. and the link to join tomorrow's session will be shared tomorrow morning. Uh, the feedback, please fill in the feedback form for the session which you have attended. Just the link to share the feedback form will be shared with you on the WhatsApp group shortly. This link will remain open only until 11 p.m. tonight. So please fill in the feedback form before 11 p.m. tonight. So having said that, I will thank our honorable speaker. I also thank all the members who have joined us for their patience. Thank you very much.